In this episode, we will talk about how we can copy the documents from one document library to another document library with the folder structure. So first of all, let me talk about the use case over here. I have one of the document library over here called documents, and whenever we upload any document inside any folder over here, let's say I created a folder called A, and if I upload a document inside the folder A, the same copy of the folder along with file should be synced in the another document library called invoice drop. So this is my second document library. So whenever any upload is happening to that library, it should create the similar structure over here as well. So how we can implement this kind of scenario with the help of Power Automate, let's explore that. But before that, if you haven't followed me my Instagram and Twitter so far, please do follow me. And don't forget to subscribe my channel. It's free for you, but it motivates me a lot. Let me head over myself to the Power Automate and let's create a brand new Power Automate flow. I am switching to Classic Editor over here. Search for the SharePoint connector over here, and over here we will use an action when a file is created properties only. Select your site address and library name. So my source library name is document library. So I will select document library from here. So I'm just selecting the site and library over here. So this is the source library. When any new file is created, I wanted to perform the next set of action. Before that, let me just provide the name of my flow. Now let's just add compose action over here to print couple of attributes over here. Over here, whenever this file is created, it will provide us two stuff, folder path and full path. So let's just print over here folder path, and I will search here for folder path. This will help you for the debugging purpose. And similar way, let me just have full path over here. So I'm just searching for path and I am getting full path. Now let's see what we are getting here. With that, let me just print one more property over here as well, whether it is a folder or file. So let me just print a variable called is folder. So that will tell me that whether the folder is created or file is created. Let's just save this stuff over here. Alright, now let me do one thing. Let me create a one folder over here into my document library and see what happens. Meantime, let me just perform the test over here as well. So I'm just doing the testing over here. Along with that, at the source side, I am creating a folder named A. As soon as I will create this folder, my flow will get started triggering. You can see that I created a folder and this is triggered. Okay, but I want to perform this operation only when file is created, not folder is created. Okay, so over here you can see that I'm getting this folder path, full path you are getting like this, and is folder is true. Okay, just copy this property because that's something you need to use into your upcoming steps. Let me just edit the flow and let me test this again, and this time let me upload one file inside that. So I just uploaded this thing and let me upload this file over here. So I'm just uploading one PDF file over here and let's see what happens. And this time you can see that in folder path I get a path till folder number A, and in full path I get the file name as well. Okay, and is folder is false because this time we uploaded only file, not a folder. Okay, let's copy this and paste it in one of the notepad so we can use that into upcoming time. Let's edit the flow again, and now let's create a new action over here. This time we will create the folder first into the target library. So let's use an action called create folder. So I just use create a new folder action of SharePoint, and this time I want to copy that over a folder structure to the invoice drop library. So I will just choose that invoice drop and I will choose the site over here. Now here we need to provide the folder path, and folder path is something we need to provide in this fashion: folder1/folder2/folder3, and this is your main library name called invoice drop. Okay, and you can see that from the previous step we already copied this folder path like this: share document /a Okay, now over here what we need simply is we just need to simply has to have a name called A. We need to replace share document slash with the blank. Okay, so we will write an formula over here. So open the formula over here and let's use the replace formula over here. So in replace we will use this kind of expression, replace in the bracket. First let's provide the folder path. So let's select the dynamic value and search for the folder path over here. And from this folder path you want to replace your shared document. So write a document library name shared documents. If you have any other name for your document libraries, you need to use the other name and then comma, and you want to replace it with the blank. So the final formula looks like this. Okay, trigger body shared documents with blank. I just wanted to replace with that. Also I just need to use slash over here as well, so the final outcome looks like this. Okay, all right, now let's apply save, and that's how the final formula looks like. Now I'm just copying this formula from here and adding one compose action as well to print the same thing. That will help me for the debugging purpose. I'm just printing the same formula over here. Alright, now as a next step what we need to do is simply we need to use copy file action. So let's use copy file because we already created a folder, so it's just a matter now we just need to copy this file. So use copy file, and now this time use current site address as where we want to copy the file, which is our invoice drop library. So I'm selecting my site address, and over here I need to provide which file or I want to copy. So I need to search for the file identifier. So let's search for identifier, and you will get the identifier when this file was created. So select the identifier from this. Now you need to select the destination site address as well over here. So I'm just selecting the destination site address to the same site, and destination folder you need to provide here. Okay, so over here I'm just selecting this stuff, and from here I want to select my destination as invoice drop library. So let's select that. Okay, and after that we need to create the similar folder structure over here. But only thing about this folder structure is now in folder structure we have the path like this. Let's say folder path will be share document, and this is replaced with space, and we have a and then we have slash. Okay, but here what we need to do here is simply we need to remove the last slash from here, because sometimes let's say if you are getting this kind of folder A1, A2, right, you are always getting the path in this fashion, but from this you always need to remove that last slash value. Okay, so we'll write a formula for that specific stuff. So invoice drop, and then you need to use slash, and we are already getting this path over here. So what we will do is we will use another compose action on top of that, and what we'll do is we will simply use this compose output and slice that stuff for that. So what we will do is we will just remove the last slash from the path. So we will simply use this type of formula, slice output of compose 2 that we are passing over here, and last index of compose 2 slash we will remove it. Okay, so that's what we are going to do here. So let's use this formula and we are all good. And then after invoice drop, let's just use the compose 3's output over here, slash and output of compose 3. Okay, so that's what we need to use here. So this is how the final destination folder formula look like. And over here, if another file is already there, what you want to do here, you can perform that. You can replace that file, or you can copy with a new name. I'm just using copy with a new name. Okay, and let's save the stuff over here. Now my Power Automate flow is ready to use. Okay, now one more thing I wanted to do here. I want to trigger this flow only when file is created, not folder is created. Okay, so what I simply want to do is I can simply go here into the setting option, and we already have this folder property over here, trigger body and folder, right? So what we can use here is we can simply go to the setting here over here, and we can write a trigger condition. If my folder type is folder property is false, only at that time I want to trigger this flow. Okay, so what I'll simply do here is I can simply open up this and I can simply write up this formula over here is if trigger body is folder is equal to false, which means that it is file, then only I want to trigger it. Simply click on done and we are all good after that. Save this flow and now let's do the testing. Let's do the manual test over here. But before that, let me just create one folder over here in the document library. So I'm just creating a folder called Dhruvin. Okay. Inside that, I'm just going to create one more folder called Power Platform Trainings. Inside that, I will upload one file over here. So let me just upload one stuff over here, personal web API address. So I just uploaded this file and now this should trigger my flow. So let me open the flow run and the flow ran successfully. Now let's check the detailing. So here I'm getting this whole path over here. This is my folder path. Okay. And you can see that I got 2 level of folders over here. Okay. And this is the full path is folder is equal to false. Okay, then what I did is created new folder, and for that we just need to provide the folder path in this fashion. So the formula that we have used here is we are just using this folder path and replacing share document and slash with blank. So that's what we did, and that's how we are getting only this path over here. After that, what we did here is we just printed the same stuff in the compose action. So this is my formula, and after that we'll replace the last slash from here. So last slash we removed, and that's how this folder looks like. And then we simply created this folder above in the above step, and copy folder we just provide the destination folder like this, and inside that we just provided the same file identifier and the file is copied. And now if I open my destination folder, invoice drop, Dhruvin Power Platform Trainings, and you can see that this file has been created successfully over here. Hope this video helps you and values your time. If so, hit subscribe button and follow me on my Twitter, Instagram. And if you are looking for any training or consultation, all the links are available on the channel cover homepage. With this is Dhruvin signing off. See you in the next session with some amazing content. Till then, have a great day. Goodbye.